I'm making this video to show how I fillet crappie. So what I do is I come under this fin and I make a C-cut, putting pressure on the head of the fish. And so I start and I wrap around, and that's the C. And then I turn my blade and I go in the belly, and I'm putting the knife about 1 inch in. And then when I get as far down as the end of this fin, then I push it through. And I come through and I turn my blade down. And I come out just before this fin. Now there's bones and you want to be on top of them for this side. Now I take my knife in that C-cut and I turn it around, and I'm working my way down the fish, and I'm putting my knife in about this far, and I'm reaching till I hit a bone that runs about here, and so I'm riding with the spine and I'm tapping on that bone. And I'm going down like that until I get to that cut where I came through from before. Now I've got it where I can peel it back. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my knife along the spine and I'm just filleting this further and further down. Now I reach a bone, a set of bones, and there's the ribs that run like this, but there's some bones that run outwards, and I'm cutting through them. Not the ribs, but the bones that run more perpendicular. Now I'm working along the ribs till I remove the fillet from the fish. Now I need to get the skin off, so what I do is I take the knife in and I just pin the skin with my fingers, and I bring it over at probably about a 45-degree angle, and I'm riding along the skin. So I'm pointing the blade towards the skin, and I'm just filleting the meat off the skin. And on a thicker thing like a crappie, sometimes you kind of work at it in a couple of sections. So like the thinner part here, and then I can come up, now that I did that, and do the thicker part. And I'm just riding along the skin but not going through it. And then the skin's cleaned off. And now there's one more set of bones that must be removed, and they run just below the thickest part, and you'll hear them on the knife right there. And so what I do is I come in about 3/4 of the way down, and I cut them above it, and then I go just below them, and then that's the finished product.